WMMS.
35192 if you want to send me a text. I'll have another shot for you to get to L.A. this afternoon. We're still giving away a handful of trips for our sold-out Alter Ego Festival, which is January the 18th. A sold-out show out at the Forum in Los Angeles with Blink-182 and Billie Eilish and the Black Keys. So 9 o'clock at the Rover, 5 o'clock with me. Those are your only two chances each day during the week to win yourself a pair of tickets. So 5 o'clock this afternoon, if you are around and you want to go to that show, I'm your man. Cavaliers lost yesterday. They are back at it tonight. They'll play the Knicks in New York at 7 o'clock. So 6:30, right after we get out of here, is when your pregame will start, and then 7 o'clock, Cavs-Knicks at the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that's where they play. Never heard of it?
There you go. Yeah, I just had a brain fart for a second and couldn't remember if that's where the Knicks play, because the Nets play in Brooklyn.
Yeah, the Nets play in Brooklyn. The Knicks still, even though they're pretty terrible, still get to play in Manhattan.
They still get to play at MSG.
At MSG, yes.
Brain fart as opposed to the I farted myself awake last night.
Hey, welcome to the club. I'm guessing that's your first time?
No, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
It certainly doesn't happen very often, though.
That's good, though.
But I was terribly embarrassed.
Why?
Because it's gross, and my wife's lying there right next to me.
Did she wake up?
I don't know if she woke up. She's very, very sweet, so it's not like she would have been like, whoa, if she had heard me. But, boy, it is... If you're sleeping by yourself, who cares?
I wish
If you're sleeping next to someone and you fart yourself awake, boy, that's...
What's even worse is if you fart and don't wake up, but they do. So then they just got to deal with this fart, and then you're just still in slumberland.
I would have preferred
happy
that.
as can be.
I would have preferred that because she wouldn't have said anything to me. Unless we had gotten into an argument or something, and then she probably would have whipped that out weeks later. Oh, yeah, well, you farted yourself awake. Or you farted me awake, or whatever.
I was grumpy because you farted me awake the other Monday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
That's the worst. It's like sleeping conditions. That's one thing that I'm not looking forward to having a husband. Because if he snores, I'm going to punch him. If he farts, I'm probably going to punch him.
Yeah, but you'll know way before you're married if someone snores or farts in their sleep.
I know, but I feel like everyone does a little something, so I would have to get used to one of the two.
Yeah, you do. Everybody does a little something. I'm not a snorer or a farter, so I think that's probably why I was.
Are you a blanket hog?
According to my wife, I am.
Okay,
but now we're in the thing where we use two separate blankets.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was always a big advocate for that.
Because she gets like super cold, and I don't. So I'm like, you know what?
You need a lighter blanket.
I use just a thin quilt, but I certainly didn't want to be hogging the blankets from her if she gets cold. Because I just do it just to be, comfy. Not because I'm cold.
I got all new bedding yesterday.
Yeah!
So it's like 800 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets.
How much that cost you?
A lot.
I imagine.
A lot. Those are not cheap, but they feel so nice. I put them on just before I left, laid down for a second. I'm like, I could fall asleep right this second.
And that's why you had to get up.
Jump up immediately. Because if I laid there for one more moment, I may have passed out.
Yeah.
It's just been that kind of morning.
Sure.
Just every second of today has been filled with phone calls, trying to set up the internet, all that moving crap that is just so goddamn annoying. Just trying to get settled in, but
you only have to do it once.
Getting there for a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hoping.
Hey, Drunk Sue.
Hey, baby, how are you?
What's going on, Sue? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I had a question for you.
For me?
And I have a challenge after that.
Ooh, a question and a challenge. Are you sure that you want to do the question before the challenge? I mean, I guess the question's probably shorter, right? So you've got a question for me and then the challenge. Okay.
All right. Well, I was wondering, how did your toy drive turn out?
Oh, that was me this week.
Did you get lots of good stuff?
This week?
Well, it was Bill. Yeah, I just did it the one time, and then Bill and Poundcake are doing it. It's a series of appearances.
That's what I'm saying. Now here comes the challenge.
Yeah.
They and listeners, I'm challenging you to try to beat Ellen.
Say again?
To get more toys than you got.
I don't know how many toys.
Challenging the listeners to back up Bill and Poundcake.
How many did I get?
I don't know. I was there early, and there was quite a few in the box.
Yeah, I don't know how many I got either, so there's really no way to quantify whether or not other people will be able to build to beat what I took in.
Okay, we can go 1 box, 2 box, 3 boxes. You know what I mean?
See. Understood,
How
yeah.
about that?
The people of Canton were very generous when I was there, including Drunk Sue.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. Of course it is. Yeah, Salvation Army, it's a great organization, and we're always happy to help.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
I do my charity work very quietly in this town, Sue. So when I get a chance to do it with a
down to Canton, it's kind of cool.
with a partner, it's fun. That's right. All right. Well, challenge accepted. Thank you, Sue.
Okay. I want everybody to try to just do the best they can to get out there and help them children.
Help them children. The chillins. I'll tell you what, if Drunk Sue can bring a goddamn toy, somebody else can bring a toy, too.
You're darn right.
That's right. Okay, thank you, Sue.
All right.
All right, there's Drunk Sue.
Children's toys.
Chillins. Who came down to visit when I was in Canton. You're where? You're at the Steelyard this Saturday?
I was at Steelyard this past Saturday, and this coming Saturday I'm going to be in Brooklyn.
Oh,
Ridge Park
okay.
Square.
Is that the one that we just ran? I thought we just ran the Steelyard one.
Oh, that's the wrong one to run.
That would be the wrong one to run.
Yeah.
No, there it is, Brooklyn. I'm sorry.
Brooklyn, oh, yeah.
I guess I was so used to hearing Steelyard that I
Yep.
may have misheard it.
Yeah, I got a hell of a Saturday.
This coming set, we got the high voltage karting challenge.
Before that, I'm doing the Brooklyn thing, and then I'm doing the high voltage indoor karting challenge.
Yep.
And then I'm going to Bert's Late Show.
Yep.
At the Agora.
At the Agora.
Which, is there something else going on at the Agora maybe around the end of December?
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but I heard Bill Squire's Chris McQuanzica. That's probably not what you're talking about, though.
Absolutely it is,
Oh,
Alan.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know I'm giving away tickets all week, though.
I know. That's great.
Yeah. By the way, Lobby Baby was hilarious.
I'm telling you, it was one of the best stand-up specials I've seen, and I was blown away. I never have seen him do just straight stand-up before. He was fantastic. It is a tight, funny special.
Seth Meyers, who did his first Netflix special, it's called Lobby Baby, because he and his wife had a baby in their lobby. And yeah, he's a writer and he's an improv guy, but granted, I had never seen him do stand-up live either, and it's super well written, and it's paced well, and it's funny, and it's very, very good.
It's got some original ideas in it. Like, it's very well done.
Yes.
It was one of the best. And I watched that while I was, on the day that I was so hungover.
Right.
And so, like, I wasn't even really watching it. I was just kind of listening to it while I was groaning, and it entertained me quite a bit.
Yeah, very funny.
So I think I might need to give it another watch. And I went and saw Ryan Hamilton, our buddy, on Saturday.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic.
Well, he's a very, very funny dude.
Very funny. And Gym 2's open for him.
Yeah.
Also fantastic.
Big theater show.
There was this girl sitting behind me, though.
Oh, yeah?
She was probably the biggest. She was Ryan Hamilton's Wilhelmina.
Okay.
We'll put it that way.
She's a huge fan of his?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, why? Because she would just laugh at everything?
Well, I
like
mean,
a cackly laugh? Or
she would repeat everything that he said after he would say it. Like, whenever he'd say the punchline, she'd say the punchline out loud to herself and then laugh at that. And I'm like, okay, that's fine.
And you heard her do all this?
I heard her do this. At one point, I turned around and was just like, can you not do that?
You said something to her?
I just gave her a look to let her know, like, you don't need to keep talking. You don't need to talk your way through this.
Wow.
And then at the very last bit, he did one of his more well-known bits from his Netflix special about trying to cancel your membership to the gym. And she did it word for word with him.
Did you have good seats?
Yeah, we were like row N.
Okay, so I was going to say, if you were in the back, you would have thought that she would have been further up. But it sounds like she had good seats, too.
Yeah, she was right behind us.
She dropped some coin for the good seats.
Mm-hmm. And
so that she could not even heckle, so that she could...
No, just experience it. And I guess I was listening to her...
Perform it with him.
Right, and I was listening to her and her friends. And again, like, I never said anything to her. I let her have fun. And it was only mildly annoying. I could mostly tune it out. But every once in a while, she'd get a little too loud, and that would be annoying. But then doing the whole bit, I couldn't concentrate on him doing the bit because I'm listening to her do the bit.
Yeah.
And that was... I had seen him do that one before, so I wasn't that upset. And I was just kind of drinking in this weird lady behind me that is so into Ryan Hamilton that she has memorized his comedy to the point where she can do it word for word with him.
Yeah, she loves it.
And she travels around with a group of friends that go to see him wherever they
You
can.
heard all this just from sitting in the front?
Yeah, I didn't have my phone.
They take your phone for that shit too?
No, I didn't have my phone because I got a new phone at Sprint on Saturday while I'm there. I'm like, well, I have an upgrade. Might as well get a new phone. So I did that, and then like the transfer over didn't happen, so I had to leave it home to do all the updating.
You went out without your phone?
Yeah, for a whole
Boy,
night.
can you imagine a world in which
Oh
you
my
do
God,
that,
that's
Poundcake?
so scary. No.
Why? What's scary about it?
Because the goons are out to get me. I'm not doing that.
What goons are you talking about?
Like
They're going to be
anyone.
out to get you whether or not you have your phone.
I would rather have my phone to call 911
To throw it at their head
or
or-
an Uber. Like how do you get around? How do you know
I
where you're
drove
going?
in a car.
So if goons are chasing you, you're going to wait for an Uber?
No, I'm just saying I have a clean getaway. At least that way I could be on 911 while they're beating me up and, in case someone tried to Trayvon Martin me. I don't know.
Okay, then make sure. I guess Bill wasn't worried about goons being
Yeah,
out.
you know,
pretty goon-free at Playhouse Square,
pretty
probably.
goon-free at Playhouse Square, where you can. I mean, the red coats can be a little bit bossy at times, but when they know you don't have a phone,
They just
all of
want
a
to.
sudden,
They just want to show you to your seat.
you're their best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick your tongue down his throat.
What are we gonna do? Should we just move?
It won't be necessary.
Shut your trap and stop kicking the seats! We're trying to watch the movie! And if I have to tell you again, we're gonna take it outside and I'm gonna show you what it's like! You understand me?
Now shut your mouths or I'll shut them for you. And if you think I'm kidding, just try me. Try me. Because I would love it!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You should have pulled that on the lady
Nah, I
behind
didn't
you.
need to do that. I didn't want to ruin her night.
Surprise.
This is the most
She's one of the
important
ham
thing
heads.
ever.
Is that what they call themselves? The ham heads?
Yeah, the
Ryan
hammers? I
Hamilton
don't know.
fans? Yeah, the ham heads.
And like at one point, I'm eavesdropping on their entire conversation
saying. That's
because I had no phone. So I'm just like, well, I'm there with Grandma, and we've said everything we could ever say to each other. There's nothing left to talk about really, and so I'm just listening to this conversation going on behind me, and they're talking about how they go to see him whenever they announce dates. They'll try and go to. So I don't even think they were from our city.
Oh, I see.
think they were there just to see him.
They were traveling.
Yeah, and
Dude,
that's how they do it.
How much expendable income do you have to do something like that? Like, you don't have a life, you don't have a job. I
Oh,
understand.
she doesn't have anybody. Like, she was definitely single.
Well, she probably has a job, but I
Well,
mean,
she's
if
got
you're
a
gonna
job.
if you're gonna drive to see a show,
Yes,
I mean,
but these
she could have
aren't
been
always-
she could have been from Pittsburgh for all we know.
I'm just saying these shows aren't always on the weekends, and if you travel around, like,
Well, I
not-
think I think it's a group of friends that make this their little getaway. So like 2 or 3 times
See
a
the
year,
same show?
they'll go and see him in different cities.
Just like following a band.
Yeah,
but it's the same show.
So's the Grateful Dead, but they've been
Yeah.
doing those songs for 50 years.
but if
People
you're
still love them.
a girl like this who was talking about other comics that she saw, and she'd be like, "Oh, Patton Oswalt's so funny and everything that he's in, but then I saw his stand-up comedy, and it's so raunchy."
Is that what she said?
Yeah, and I was
That's
like,
funny.
"Raunchy?" Like, yeah, he uses adult language, but I wouldn't call him raunchy.
So she likes Ryan because he's super clean.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. That's a lot of the people there like him because he's super clean.
Yeah.
and I like him because he's super funny.
Mm-hmm. When you can do both, the world's your oyster. What did you and Grandma do for your last night at Casa whatever?
Well, that night we went.
Casa Cooper.
We went to. I mean, I slept there last night too because I just got my bed today.
Yeah.
But we went to. What's it called? Ryan Hamilton, and then we went to dinner at Bamba.
Is there going to be a tearful goodbye?
No, because I'm still one floor down, and I won't have internet for a week.
It's not
and
the
I'm still
point,
gonna be
though.
moving stuff.
It's not the point. She's not going to hear your key in the lock when you come home.
She'll be happy about that.
But will she?
I think so.
But it's not like you wake her up. You get
Sometimes
home,
I do.
Oh, you do.
And I have. She always lets me know when she's like, I heard music and giggles.
Oh.
It's never if I'm
giggles.
if it's just me, she's never said anything about me waking her up. But if it's me and a girl, she'll be like, I heard music and giggles. She can't stand music and giggles.
Especially not the
Music and
giggles,
giggles. You're like, Grandma, I'm a comedian. What do you want? The girls are laughing from the minute they walk in. I heard
The
giggles.
giggles really get her. It's not like the giggles.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Those damn giggles.
I heard music last night, Bill.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Through the wall, the
And I'm
walls
pretty
were
good.
rumbling.
I'm pretty good about keeping the music down, but it's one of those things where if you want to hear it, you're going to hear it kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like if you're concentrating on it, you'll probably hear it. But now, down my new spot, it won't happen again.
And now you're just a floor below. Mm-hmm. Right. So it'll be the best of both worlds.
That's right.
You know, she'll have her space back. You'll have yours.
Now I'm just Kramer.
Now you're Kramer.
Yeah,
right. You're
going to the better apartment to visit. Because I have a great view. It's nothing compared to her view.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
okay.
got 2 giant windows.
She's got a corner
on a
unit?
corner.
I see.
That you can see the city and you can see the lake.
I see.
It's incredible.
And
unmatched.
you're just facing north.
I'm just facing north.
I see. All right, well, as long as there's no tearful goodbye, that's good. Now, will you find a way to... Are you worried that she might hear giggles in her apartment from yours?
If she can hear giggles in her apartment from mine, then I'm doing something really funny.
Because you're not...
I'm killing at that point.
You're not directly below her.
No.
You're across the hall, yes?
Like I'm across the hall and then like up to like towards the north end of the building.
Okay.
Because the way the building is, it's like a little bit like...
A little staggered?
A little staggered.
Yeah, I understand.
So
okay.
So I'm not quite... Like if she were able to hear me from my... Then I'm probably getting murdered or murdering somebody.
Right.
Like that's going to be a bad situation.
Alan, why is Poundcake constantly worried about goons?
I don't know.
Are there people coming after you when you're out in public?
No, I just have anxiety. I always think it may not be happening, but in my mind...
You think it?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd be able to drive from your place to a place that you've been before, like downtown, and then back without any navigation?
Probably not. Oh no, navigation is fine. I'm talking about
without it.
For emergencies. Without navigation, yeah.
Okay.
I don't. It's not a directional thing. It's in case of emergency type thing.
Yeah, but everybody has one, and I wasn't going to be in a place where I was like alone, and also,
But I think about
the odds of someone trying to assault Grandma and I at Playhouse
But
Square.
it's not like that. It's not like on the way out. Like, what if I get into a car accident on the way home? Like, what if I'm stuck in traffic? What if I run out of gas? Like, I think about a million scenarios that may not ever happen, but I don't ever want it to get to that point.
Why do you do that?
But how is having your phone going to help?
I can call for help.
If your phone survives the car crash you're in.
If you survive it.
Okay, but like, I still...
What if your phone is thrown from the car?
That's why I keep my windows up.
And you... No, through the window, not through an open... Why would you have your windows down at the end of November?
I don't know. Maybe I wanted air. I think about scenarios.
Your car
Alan.
doesn't have
All right.
air in
All right,
it.
well, here's
to
the
get
fresh
air
air.
in your car, you have to roll your windows
Fresh air.
down.
Fresh air.
Boy, he is getting really specific with these
It's like
doomsday scenarios.
He wants to suffer through this stuff because all you're doing when
It's a
you
self-fulfilling prophecy.
when you think of things like that is now you have to suffer through them twice. Like that's you have to suffer through them through the idea of it, and then if something bad happens, you have to go actually through it.
Yeah.
So instead of thinking that everything could go wrong, just let things happen.
He's just preparing for the worst.
I'm I'm perfectly okay with like not using my phone or not going anywhere to specifically use my phone. I'm just saying I would rather have my phone there just in case something
Well,
happens.
yeah, I would have rather have had my phone, but I didn't, and it wasn't that big a deal.
And Bill's still alive. He's right over there. I can see him, and he's talking, and
Well, ain't that so great?
I just like that you're concerned about goons.
Yes, goons are always watching me.
Goons, what? Hired goons. Been watching a lot of Simpsons.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, okay. Well, listen, I hope that never happens to you.
Me either.
Yeah.
I hope it does because then you'll.
Then you get to test the whole theory.
Yeah, then you didn't
No.
worry for nothing.
You'll have 911 dialed, and you see those goons coming, and you'll hit one. Now, what would you say to 911 if you called them?
Hi, my name is Cody, and I have goons watching me, and they're coming after me, and I need you to get a squad car down here now.
All right, sir, please calm down. What do you mean by goons?
Goons, like people who are trying to kill me
Like
and harass me.
people who fight in hockey?
No, not those goons. Goons like scary creatures that come from the depths of like underneath bridges and stuff, and are trying to kill
Slow
me.
down, sir. The depths of underneath bridges.
Yeah.
Any bridge in particular?
No, just any of them. They're
Any
trying.
of them? All those bridges that are near downtown Cleveland?
There's a lot of them, but they're trying to kill me.
The bridges are trying to kill you?
No, the goons.
What, sir? Please calm down. How many goons are there?
I don't know. I'm not keeping track. I'm running.
Well, turn and look. How do you know that they're there if you don't know how many there are?
4.
There are 4 goons. All right. One more and you'd have a gaggle. Anyway, sir, we're going to send a black and white around to see if you're okay. Can you give us the address? Oh, he's dead because the goons got him. Is that what it is? He dead because the goons got him? He had to hang up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, what a bummer.
too bad.
Nah, the goons. See, I told you, 911 won't work. Had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, you had your phone, you called 911, the goons still got you.
Yeah, they still got you.
So why even worry about the goons?
Man, all right. Listen, if you are a goon and you listen to this show, don't get any bright ideas, all right? You see Poundcake in public, you leave him alone. He's prepping for a trip out of town over the holidays. He's very excited. What if you run into some goons in San Diego?
That's a goony-ass city.
That's why I'll have my phone. That's all.
What if they're hot?
sounds like you need, like,
what
a
if they're
taser.
hot shredded goons?
I might let them get close to me.
See? Yeah. Okay. Well.
Well, then they start gooning you.
By the way, I have a 6-hour layover in Vegas, so I'm gonna be real drunk for this plane ride to San Diego.
And when do you leave?
December 17th.
Okay. I was gonna
Yeah, but Vegas to San Diego is like 20 minutes.
I know. So my layover is like 6 hours. And
Is
then
that
I
same
get on
way
the plane.
on the way back?
No,
Okay.
it's not the same way on the way back.
Okay, because I was going to say, if on the way back you have a 6-hour layover, I'm going to be in Vegas. I'll come scoop you up. We'll go party, and then get you back on that plane, real drunk.
Yeah, I mean, I go back to Vegas, but like it's not that long of a layover.
Mm-hmm.
Not 6 hours.
All right, well, listen, I hope that no goons are in your future. It would be an awful, awful situation. Hey, I'm going to have Cavs tickets for you shortly. You want to go see them when they're going to be playing the whom? Ooh, the Brooklyn Nets. Just talking about them. It's the 25th. That game's coming up at the Romo Fijo. 35192 if you want to text. AlanCoxShow.com for everything else.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you